So the question is about some of the directives and declarations, especially as it relates to the outsider, or which is those agendas, or any form of domination. And what is the declaration to use? And as I said yesterday, in these 7 days, I'm using processes that are very extensive, very deep, and very broad, that I teach in the Tag Healing and in the Galactic Odyssey. And we're using processes that a lot of, but most of it is, you're going to have to use trust and see what happens, because the declarations are solid. They've been used over and over again. They can be activated by a few words, and it means so much more than those few words. So,
but do the words matter? That's specific words. That's what I'm asking. That first.
The PTO team, which is a team that can identify energy that comes from outsider domination. That's a separate energy. It is from a home of light, with the choice they made to twist the vibrations to make it dominating rather than enriching. But its source was light. It has extended from that home and intentionally twisted the vibrations to be parasitic by nature in that experience. Therefore, that's one stream of energy. That is what needs to be made extinct. Those vibrations, those agendas are to be made extinct. The PTO is the touch point of massive teams that can identify the frequencies wherever they are, whatever attachments, they can identify them and neutralize, unplug, and remove them back. They're not going back to their home of light because they have to go through a phase, and I'm just calling it light dust, because their home is not ready to accept them yet, because they have to go through some transition. If the energy is of a divine family that has been crippled and harmed and traumatized, that's damaged energy of the light. That has to be brought together, cleared, healed, transformed back to divine family of light. So there's 2 different types of energies we find. If you use the words PTO, Deep Six, sufficient. For anybody who wants to go deeper, know more, apply it more extensively, what's come out of the conversations is I am going to be offering a course. So a course has come together so that you can be more in-depth and expansive and applying it. But for right now, knowing that these teams have been vetted for years, we've worked with them for years. We vet everything and everyone, and any energy that seems off, you don't have to figure out, is it damaged, traumatized, or is it domination? You don't have to figure that out. If you just call in the PTO team, name the situation or the energy, we put it in a black box, they freeze frame it, doesn't have to get bigger, Deep Six, and then they'll take it from there. There's so much more depth in all that we're talking about for those who want to continue not only this work, but their own personal designing their life work. Welcome, everybody. We were just answering questions. So welcome. It's good to see you here today. And I've got my candle lit, my altar's over there. And this is our final day, day number 7 of this particular event. So I'm so pleased and honored to be with you. So let's first of all set space and let your breath bring your focus and attention to this present moment. Power of the present now. And then bring an awareness through your breath that you are breathing life from a huge field of possibilities, breathing it into this body suit, this vehicle, your presence in this body, with your energy through the feet anchored to Mother Earth. And with consciousness, sending your awareness, this moment, the power of this time into that mycelium of wise women held within Gaia. I'm here to resource, to be resourced. I am here to love and to be loved. Bless the mycelium and those connected to it all over the planet. We stand together, souls from the stars, in earth bodysuits, partnered with Gaia, connected in the joy of creating and designing good, with the power of Sophia to call not okay, not allowed, be gone, deep six, with her power with us. And therefore we stand differently than our maternal line has stood for lifetimes, which is because I safeguard good, the power of my heart, that grace of heart strength of the female fills all space to create good. We are here gathered with a united intention that all energy agenda of any form that is dominating, parasitic, usury, violent, greed, all forms such as those are made extinct in the directive of Sophia authority, cleared, moved into extinction. In order for the magnificence of our true star being nature to fill all space. We are grateful for those beings and teams off planet who are with us with the same intention. We thank you for being here. We give great love and gratitude for Gaia for allowing us to work this through on her surface and bless her to restoration. To get a sense of sitting together here, the delight of design, the power of not in my world, no, and the great generous love of grace. We are here. With that, our circle is set, ready for our participation. And so it is. Okay, so welcome again. So let's place ourselves in the circle. And as we have in the past few circles, I think I'm going to invite the same that we've done before. Your name, where you are on the planet, and what are you a presence of today? What is the candlelight, the lighthouse on the shore? What is it that you are broadcasting in the world today? So as we hold that pillar of light and magnify each of us 1,000,000 times, we send this vibration out into the world of deeply held commitments, of integrity, connections with nature, of balance, strength, and light, healing, the four directions holding us and us interacting with them, and the female power of procreation. We anchor those, broadcast them in not only into this circle, way, way beyond, 1,000,000-fold out. So here we are today. We have done 6 days, being clear about setting intentions and outcome. I'm going to tell very quickly the story of my daughter who had cancer. The chemo took her heart down to 10% functionality, so she was in heart failure. She got an LVAD at the university hospital here, and she was told she would never have a heart transplant, but the LVAD might give her a few years. I held the outcome plan A, that she lived a long life and her heart recovered. And 4 years into LVAD, the LVAD was ready to break down, and she couldn't get another LVAD, and she had been told no heart transplant. So the numbers, the physical numbers, the things very real, were showing that she was going to die. Plan B. My plan A was this daughter was going to live and be vibrant. Her heart was going to be well. And in that quandary of what is more powerful, my imagination, my work in the woo-woo world, or the very real physical LVAD that was dying, going down, what's more solid is the machines. And I said to my team, I don't know, this seems like such woo-woo, blow in the wind work. In that moment, it did. And they said to me, she who is the master of energy, and I'll say energy laws, determines the outcome. And I'm saying that because it looks in the world like heart's failure, going to be gone. Needless to say, we shifted. Plan A was now a heart transplant, which they said they would never allow. Within 3 weeks, she was on the transplant list. Within a month, she had a new heart. She who is the master of energy laws determines the outcome. And so how do you hold plan A strongly enough when you know that plan B also could work? It's a gentle balance. So I never fought against plan B. I never fought against that her body might die. I just energized plan A, listened to the steps for plan A, noticed my doubts in plan A, and kept going back to plan A. So we've been making a plan A for the world in which outsider domination, violence no longer exists. It's extinct. And we've gathered from the past, very distant past, where all female bodysuits were the same bodysuit because it was 600,000 years ago. And they were living the way we had intended to live. We let them see the future, and they're now on board with us. It says, whoa, we're with you. We moved forward to a time in which women in a circle made commitments to pull each other down in order to stay small and be safe. And we returned the Sophia power to them. So they are now on board with us. We don't need to pull each other down any longer. And then we went back to a circle in which the gifts were divided amongst all the women, with two women saying, we'll find an answer. We'll find the key. And when we find the key of how to restore our ability to say to outsiders, extinct, we'll bring it back to the circle, and we'll then gather all the power of our skills together like the Rainbow Tribe. And we've done that. We have done a lot of upstream, around the bend corrections. In every circle, we also then gathered up the clouds, if you will, because energy does not correct? So we gathered up the vibrational clouds of trauma of our traumatized ancestors, wherever they were, because as we eliminated the trauma cause, we had opening a new stream of energy for something new. We then went to the old stream to gather up that pain, to gather in the clouds, to gather in the angst, to ask that that be healed, because we eliminated the cause. So we've done a lot of work. So today we're going to focus a little bit differently, and it might be a little bit more participatory. So I'm hoping you have notebooks or someplace to take, jot down ideas. So I'm going to use the model of like a slinky. You know, a slinky. Spiral, 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 spiral. Energy is like a spiral. It spirals and spirals and spirals. And as energy gets heavier, the frequencies slow down. So it might be, we'll say megahertz. I don't know how that works for sure. Deborah M, you may have an idea about this. I don't know. So let's say that the megahertz, the speed of the frequency up here at the top of our slinky, is like so fast. Let's say it's 10,000 megahertz. That might be fast. We'll call that fast. 10,000 megahertz. But as that vibration slows down, which it does on the planet, it slows down, and pretty soon it's 800, and then it's 700, and then 6 and 3 and 2 and 1. And now down here at the Earth level, it might be 38 megahertz. You with me so far? Energy is a continuum, and its frequencies and its vibrations, just like Tesla said. Very high frequencies, we pick up those frequencies with our spiritual, what we'll say our spiritual body. It might be intuitive, it might be dream, we pick it up. It speaks to a part of ourselves that understands the frequency, like a language. As it slows down, now it's a mental area that we can pick up the frequencies here. Not mental, but our emotional body will pick it up. So we might feel certain things, might be old memories even. But as it slows down, the next level of language is our mental body, our stories, concepts, ideas. And then the very, very slowest frequencies is what we pick up in our physical body itself, sight, sound. So in Earth experience, there are 8 dimensions or regions of frequencies. And there is no boundary between any of them. So if you get slapped on the side of the head with a 2x4, physical 1, 2, 3 dimension, that's physical. But the vibration from that ripples, and now it begins to impact the mental, and you go like, oh my God, I'm not safe. And then if it doesn't get taken care of, it goes a little bit higher, and now it begins to impact the emotional, that I walk around with PTSD. I'm emotionally triggered all the time because I'm not safe. Why am I not safe? Because I got hit on the side of the head. And then pretty soon up here in the etheric or the spiritual region, it's just there letting you know that you're not safe. And that allows not safe to float in from all possibility. You see? So the reason I'm telling you that is because we're going to be working in a dimension that is being promoted out there, I'll say in the personal growth region, which is the 5th dimension. Reach the 5th dimension. How many of you heard this catch-all right now about the value of the 5th dimension? Have you heard that? Okay.
No, but I know the music group, The Fifth Dimension.
Pardon, Sandra? What was it you said?
Remember the music group, the Fifth Dimension? They wrote Aquarius and all kinds of cool music.
Stacy, music, she knows that.
They were there.
Fifth Dimension. So, Paula, did you have something to say? Okay. Okay, so in the galactic landscape, and therefore the tag work, we understand that our soul, the body, the energy field that is our star soul, star soul, is inhabiting this physical body. And so all of those dimensions are dimensions that we are going to be interacting with and be felt from. So we call the physical body, mental body, emotional body, spiritual body. But it's 8 dimensions, and that's what it would look like if we put it into a slinky. If you look at it from the top down, it would be like, here's the physical, the mental, the emotional, spiritual. Be the same. We've seen that model. And what I know and what I have been told about the 5th dimension is that it is the region that holds our patterns or our stories for this lifetime. It is like the hard drive of your electrical system. The 5th dimension is the hard drive of your electrical system. And that hard drive was programmed at birth with the ideas and possibilities that you brought in. So you brought in software programs in your life plan that then gets programmed or plugged in to the 5th dimension, into the hard drive. So you have negative karma, you have genetic trauma, you have your old lifetime, if you believe in other lifetimes, you have the female psyche energy problems. It's a mixed bag. The software in the 5th dimension then begins to show up in our life, and that which we call negative, we call ego. Ego is usually just a manifestation of things we don't like. But the program for it is in the 5th dimension, in that hard drive where the hard drive is kept. You see? So I've had a big quandary about why would you encourage people to go to the 5th dimension without, you don't understand that it's a mixed bag. You've got to be prepared to clean up your hard drive, and nobody's talking about cleaning up your hard drive. You see what I'm saying? So here we are. We have gone into the past. We have time traveled into the past. We have done soul integration of the past. We've connected with the powerful, powerful maternal lines from the past. We have healed maternal lines from the past. And we are bringing forward, just in this circle 7 days, we are bringing and opening new channels of energy possibilities that is full of maternal values, commitments, authority voice, and commitment to design. Do you get it? Not only have we said extinct the old outsiders, we've said that, but we didn't do that alone. We also said we are freeing, by healing, transforming, we are healing our maternal line back to the beginning. And we have brought them on board so we can start relating to them, bringing them forward, having interactions with them. And then we've cleared energy channels that weren't there before because we prevented and took away concepts, said, no, we won't even have those stories anywhere in our line. So we now have energy with which to play. You see what I'm saying? So because out there in the, well, I'll just say personal growth, I don't know exactly what I would say. People are being encouraged to go to the fifth dimension, to energize the fifth dimension. Let's today design the fifth dimension for humanity. And the way we do it is with a story or a concept insertion. Some would call it affirmations. I use reality statements, which is similar. So I'm going to give you maybe about 4 minutes. I'll watch the clock if we're finished before that. What software program outcome do you want to put into female psyche, male psyche, human psyche, family psyche? What is the story you want to put in there? And it can be a simple statement. A reality statement is very much like an affirmation in that you say this issue in a positive way. It's like you could say, up until now, profit has driven behaviors. You could say that up until now, if that's a so with a reality statement, it would be the motivation for creating within, we'll say, the female system of design, the motivation for creating through female design is what brings benefit to all. Now that's a statement. It's putting a new concept in place. And that's what I'm looking for you to come up with as many as you can. It might be 1, it might be 4, it might be more, but I'm just going to give you 4 minutes, and I'll tell you when 4 minutes are up, and you write as many of those types of statements. It could be personal for you. It might, because if it's for you, we will make it for everybody anyway. Children are held with great respect, reverence, as they joyfully take on the expanding life. You see? So I'll let you know when 4 minutes are up. Let's see what we designed. So we've got 30 seconds. What are your statements? What what's the new design?
Okay, I have 5 elements to the design. Okay, the first one. The human tendency to hate those who are different will be modified to have fewer triggers. 2. The ability to back off from extreme responses will be enhanced. 3. Listening and engaging will become more valued. 4. The current level of PTSD, which is worldwide right now, will be lowered. 5. Last one. Threatening and intimidating will no longer be an acceptable norm.
Great. Now I'm going to have you do one thing. So you stated the issue, and then you've said such and such will be, has. It's done.
Oh.
Just reword it. It's done. Okay.
Okay.
This is my world. The 5D is healed communities that are based in love. There's a balance of the feminine voice. There's a gender balance and design, and we're driven by designing the right thing with good intentions so that we're all abundant and safe and cared for. The community is expanded. Creative outlets provide joy and play. And the redesign is no longer about commodities, but is about more beautiful aspects, addressing our needs and our dreams to be fulfilled as enough for all.
Great.
I had a few personal ones, but a more generic one was, up until now, a culture of domination is using public and private schools to brainwash and confuse our children and young people about their physical bodies. And the new design is, parents and caregivers stand firm against the usurpation of their roles as being the primary influencer of truth and values in their child's life.
Great.
In the 5th dimension, people truly care for and love each other and care for and love Gaia, and they express this in every thought, word, and deed. In the 5th dimension, there is only abundant health expressed through each and every being. In the 5th dimension, communication between beings is crystal clear, and meaning is obvious and has complete clarity in words and deeds. In the 5th dimension, joy is the baseline emotion. In the 5th dimension, the beauty of the surroundings echoes the beauty of each soul.
Very good.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay, enough people are enlightened to create heaven on earth. Everybody, including me, creates wealth and abundance. Love is a dominant feeling. Behaviors are driven by health of every living beings. Connection with light beings is common. Planet, including soil, regenerates itself, and the pain bodies are healed.
Very good. Thank you.
Thanks. People treat others and the planet with respect and kindness. Perfect health is the norm.
Great. I want each of you to have a personal, what is it in this moment, and realize you can change it at any time. What is it that is your call to participate and build? You know, how would you put, and it might be even something like, I have gotten my increased degree of clarity and an expanded consciousness has led me to the calling career that brings me joy and adds meaning to the world. Whatever personal, come up with one personal for yourself. So I'm going to let you hold that one personal for you for right now. Now, realize that what you just did in writing and speaking, you influenced dimension 1, 2, and maybe 3, the physical world. You've set a different goal into action, a beginning of a goal into action in dimension 1, 2, and 3. You see? Now that's what affirmations do. They start something new in dimension 1, 2, and 3. That's not what we want. We want to take it further, and we understand how to do it. And that is by using more processes that can get the vibration change request into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, get it into the higher frequencies. So one of the ways to have it in the very highest frequency, like 8 dimension, is with numbers. So you're going to this is a play thing. You can't do anything wrong. And I'm just going to have you say, okay, team, you have a team that helps you design. Okay, team, what are the numbers that would contain the information in what I have written? So they are going to translate your words, your sentences into numbers. And you're going to write the numbers down. And you're just going to hear the numbers in your head, and you're just going to write it down. It might be 9, 4, 3, 6, 7. Trust the numbers. Team, translate my words into numbers for the 8th dimension, and then just listen and write the numbers down.
Is that for
All of them together.
okay?
All of them together, Deborah. We're just going to do them all together. They'll figure that one out. We could go sentence by sentence, and you could do that. But now we're going to all together. What's the formula? What's the numbers? Now, once you've written the numbers down, what you can do after the call is get a little piece of paper, write the numbers down, put it on your altar with a clear quartz crystal. Clear quartz crystal. The crystal will pick up the vibration, will pick up the information, and broadcast it. Then we'll do something to do even more. So you're going to take the number and you're going to put it on your altar to be broadcast. Now, we just created reality statements or designs or new blueprints that we want in the 5th dimension, in the hard drive for humanity. Yourself, but for humanity. But how do we get it there? We use what we call in TAG the reality shift process. So I'm going to walk you through it. And that's a resource. I think it will be. If it's not on your video page, it will be if it's not there already. Okay, so get a sense of your statements. Recall your statements. You want to read them through, just to yourself. And as you're doing that, we're calling to each one of you the teams, the techno teams that can write software programs in the unseen. We're calling to you specifically your causal team, which writes programs. The higher self of everybody involved. We want the connection is very well networked into the unseen to the technical and healing teams. Okay, so got the statements. That's step number 1, write the statement. Step number 2, I am going to do the decree. So we call for our causal, our techno design teams, the higher selves of all in humanity, all we are connected to in love, coming from our pillar of light. We call you here. And I claim this decree of a software program for a new reality. And we're going to call it PTO and connected teams. Deep six, any energy that is contrary to or that has, would, or could keep that reality from happening. PTO deep six, anything that is in the way of past, present, or future that reality, and remove it to extinction. Deep six. Then we ask our causal and technical teams who know how to design literally the software program. We ask that you design software programs for each of these declarations, statements of choice, for the highest expression of those declarations for all humanity, each bodysuit in humanity. Design the software programs for the highest expression. And once those programs for each bodysuit is created, download the codes into the first dimensional field of those bodysuits, all in humanity. Down, first dimension, feeding it into the earth, interacting with the earth differently. And then take the program itself, that software program itself, and anchor it into the fifth dimension of myself, family, and humanity. You are now putting new programs, new software programs in place, literally in place. Once the codes are downloaded, the programs are anchored in the fifth dimension, myself, family, and humanity. Activate the software programs and defrag the fifth. Clear out contrary in the fifth. So what that reality shift does is bring in beings who can directly impact dimension 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and above, so that they put those vibrational codes into first, second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, sixth, seventh, eighth, and above. They get the program in place right away. And because the new program will show what is contrary, what needs to be healed, or what needs to be moved to extinction, PTO comes and clears and removes so that we can then defrag the fifth. Have you ever defragged your computer? Defrag the fifth, bring it into alignment to these new programs. But now, what about your personal wiring, which is the neurons in the brain, the neurological system, the memory of the body? We want those programs in your neurological system and brain right away. So if you want to, you can either bring a word to mind that will carry the energy of all that you're saying, or you could use your number formula. You're going to say to your brain, this is what is to be programmed in my brain itself. Connections between right and left hemispheres, back and forward. So everything in the brain functioning of this bodysuit functions from these stories. So numbers, words, or read the whole thing, whatever. Now we're going to use a brain balance process, is a simple one. It's called Cook's Hookup. We've used it before. So the brain now has information that you're saying, file it, create pathways for it to work well, get it into my body neurological system. So cross your ankles, cross your hands like this and up under your chin. You've got in mind, you said to the brain, this is it. Put your tongue at the roof of your mouth and then roll your eyes clockwise 12 times. Really stretch those eyes. Clockwise 12 times for the right hemisphere. 12 times left, counterclockwise for the left hemisphere. Just keep breathing as you do. And then just breathe the energy from all that life in its true magnificence has. Breathe it into your body, right down the midline, energizing those systems down through the feet, into the roots of, into Mother Gaia. Bringing it to the mycelium. Now you are saying to the mycelium, I need even different more than was there before, because this is what I'm standing with and for. Well, imagine again, you are a presence, your candle is expanded a millionfold. There it is on the planet, lighting the planet a millionfold. And the power and the heat and the warmth of your candle and our collective candles is melting away any barriers between our divine family, off-planet opportunities and connections. So miracles happen, and they happen in relationship to what we have placed in the fifth dimension for humanity. And it is so. So we're coming to the close of this circle time. So two things. I want to hold space for you. Just place whatever word or two you want to place into the circle and speak it so that it's anchored and heard. I'm going to share with you two things. One is a link to a course I've decided to go ahead and create and hold because of what we've been doing in these circles. I want to move it forward for what those who want. So with that in mind, let's go around again. As we close, where are you as we close to speak into the circle?
I have gained incredible power through this process. I feel the PTSD decreasing moments after moment. I know I'm already attracting other people's power to help me put this on over the light. The word that I use is Baruch Hashem, which is Hebrew for blessed be the divine.
Sharon, I think what you described as the impetus to do this course was happening to me last night. I've been up since 1 o'clock feeling like I was in labor. I was like birthing. It was the most painful. I was cramped up. I was unbelievable. And with this today, I don't feel that pain. It's gone. And I have no idea what the experience was about, but I am feeling very blessed to know that I can be healed and healthy.
Sharon, thank you so much for your time and presence these 7 days. It's been helpful and at a really necessary crossroads in my life for shedding the old and moving forward and making decisions about where I want to place my energy and light and with whom. I very much appreciate it. Very timely. I would like to place into the circle the power of this eagle feather that was gifted to me on the beach in La Push by a man who was walking. Took me by surprise, but I would like to place the power of this eagle feather, the power of perspective, of flight, of flying high, of not being stuck in the mud, of cutting through the air beautifully and seamlessly and swiftly. And blessed be to all.
I would like to place in the circle the surety that through these circles change has happened.
I put in the power to transform problems into challenges and then opportunities.
I'd like to put in gratitude. I'm grateful for this group and meeting some of you are new and hanging out with some of the people I already know. I'm really grateful for Sharon's work, and I'm grateful that we have this work to do more powerful work on the planet. Thank you.
I'm grateful for those who have held circles with us, who are walking with us, and will continue to walk with you. Because we do the work of extinction of domination in order to create the beauty and magnificence that is our true nature. So we do eliminate so that we can create. So blessings to you. And I'm going to include all of you in what I call the Sacred Ground email list with so you'll know what some of the regular circles we do, and you're welcome anytime to be a part of that. And until we meet again, anchored, broadcast, and it is so.
It is so.